Good morning. My name is Brad Mihelic, Operations Section Chief for Great Basin Team 3. This is your operational update for Wednesday, August 28th on the Middle Fork Complex. Yesterday, we saw a significant increase in fire activity due to the change in weather that we've had, and we expect that to continue throughout the week as we still have critical values in the area as far as weather is concerned. We'll start out with our night division. Last night, they patrolled along the Highway 17 corridor area. This looked all really good last night. They continued to watch this section of the fire on the southeast side of the Nellie fire in the Birch Creek area. That is continuing to back down towards the highway and side slope to the east. So night shift, that went really good last night. No major concerns there. That will continue for the foreseeable future with this change in weather. Starting up here on the north end of the Bulldog Fire, we continue with the indirect line that is coming off the 671 road, moving to the north of the Silver Creek Lodge area. So that work is continuing. Things are going well in there, and we anticipate 2 to 3 more shifts until this line is completed. Coming down to the west end of the Bulldog Fire, coming down the Middle Fork Road corridor, this is all still looking really good. We're patrolling and monitoring this section. Around the southwest end of the Bulldog Fire, this is all still looking really good. This black section is still continued in monitor status. We're still monitoring that. Over here on the east side of the Bulldog Fires, where we saw some of the significant increase in activity yesterday, out along here where we have this spot out here. This still really isn't a concern for us per se, as we really have no values at risk out here, and we've been planning for this fire to eventually connect. So that's not a major concern for us. The concern here on the Bulldog Fire is this chunk of this finger in Lightning Creek area coming down to the south. So we're continuing to check this up with rotor wing aircraft, and that seems to be going well. Moving down south here today, yesterday we were in here scouting this area through this line, getting approvals to put some dozer line and hand line in here. So today we're going to continue scouting this area and make sure we have this line placed where we want it. And we're also going to start moving equipment into this area in preparation to start putting this line in. As we move down through the communities of Crouch, Garden Valley, and the Highway 17 corridor here, we still have that structure group out there working in 3 different task forces, still putting together structure protection plans, making sure they know where driveways are, street names, etc., just so they're very, very familiar with the area if the fire were to make a push towards the communities. Moving in here to the west side of the Nellie fire, this is another spot where we saw a significant increase in activity yesterday. Right in here where we have our indirect line that we've been talking about for the last couple of days, right in here, this is what we're calling the spaghetti bowl with a bunch of roads in here. We had a significant increase in activity yesterday, making a push to the west here. We were able to get some LATs in here yesterday afternoon, LATs being large air tankers, yesterday afternoon, to kind of slow this progression of this finger to the west so it didn't slam our line very hard. So we were able to slow that down a little bit. It did hit our line, but it is holding there. Today, crews in this area are going to continue to get their hose lay completed in here, and if conditions allow, today we're planning on firing out, like we talked about a couple of days ago, firing out this section from where this finger hit the line here down south to the highway corridor. So we should have crews putting fire on the ground in here today to close this gap off. We also have crews working out to the west, putting in a contingency line out here in the event that this line doesn't hold. Continuing on around the east side of the Nellie fire, like I said, this Birch Creek area is an area of concern that we're watching. That's backing towards the highway, but it's looking okay for now. But we'll continue to monitor that with the increased fire activity that we're expecting. Coming up around the east side of the Nellie fire, like we've talked the last couple of days, we don't have any folks out here, just due to the fact that this is bumped into the old Pioneer scar, so it's just creeping through this area, and we're just still continuing to monitor this by air. As we move into the Deadwood Reservoir area, this is another area. Yesterday we had a significant increase in fire activity. Crews are up in here going direct off the lake with some hotshot crews, some dozers, and utilizing aircraft in here. We're utilizing the scoopers, which are fixed wing aircraft that are scooping out of the lake here and dropping water right on the edge of our fire right here. So crews are going to continue to work in there today, stay in direct on this line. Yesterday we did have a significant push to the east, and it actually hit the old bearskin scar, so that isn't necessarily a bad thing. Our real worry is this moving north. So we got crews still working in here to tie this edge in direct, but we also have folks working out to the north, putting in some indirect line up here with dozers and equipment to prevent northern progression. Folks are still out in our spike camps, Deadwood, Anderson, and Silver Creek Spike, and we're gonna watch our fire activity today and see how things go. We'll give you an update tomorrow, and that concludes today's operational update.